Hi, I'm Havovi Cooper for Reuters in New York, and we're standing outside the Richard Rodgers Theater where Hamilton plays. And today we're not here to talk about this amazing show. We're actually here to talk about voter registration. And the cast of Hamilton is right here, and they are getting people to register to vote. And we're going to just talk to one of the cast members right now. Hi there.
Hi, how are you?
Can you introduce yourself and tell us who you play on Hamilton?
Super quick. What is this? I don't know who you are. Reuters? Reuters? Okay, that dude was something else. Cool. Hi, how are you doing? Great. My name is Oak, and I play Hercules Mulligan and James Madison.
You're here. What is your character, and how does this relate to it?
This kind of relates just to my role, just in being the show. I'm in a really popular show. It's a great platform. I have a large demographic of fans now, so I want to take advantage of that and let them know the importance of voting and how vital it is to get out there and that their vote matters. A lot of people between the ages of 18 and 35 don't really believe that. So whatever I can do to try and convince them to get out there and really vote this election, I'm going to try and do.
So do you think performing on this show has sort of put the current election into perspective for you?
I don't.
Any more than usual?
What does that question mean? Can you rephrase that?
Because you're working on a really political show, does that affect how you view this election?
No. I view the election how I view the election based on my life and my point of views, and I do the show every night.
So did you sign up someone today?
Pardon?
Did you sign up someone today?
Yes, I've had one woman who came by who was very sweet and excited to register, and I'm glad that I could do whatever I could to help her.
So thank you so much. So now we're going to talk to that one woman who he registered. Hi. So
Hello.
Could you introduce yourself?
Yes, my name is Janet Atwood.
Okay. And Janet, you registered today. Tell us about it.
Well, I've always registered to vote, but my husband's been a little ill, so I wasn't able to, and I was so happy for the opportunity that Hamilton gave us to do so at such a convenient time.
Is it extra special that you're doing it with a cast member?
Well, of course, of course. It's the story of our country, and our country is about our right to vote.
So what do you think of the candidates in this election?
I think they both have their good points, but I want someone who's very experienced, and I really like the thought of a woman president. I voted for Barack Obama, who's our first multiracial president, so I was very happy about that.
So it's safe to assume you're a Hillary fan.
Well, I could say that, I guess. I'm not a member of the press, so we can say that.
Did you know about this event beforehand? How did you?
It was in the newspaper. It's probably a Reuters story because it was in every newspaper. Yeah, I was really thrilled.
And did you watch the debate, the first debate? And what did you think?
It was wonderful. It was great, and I look forward to the next two debates. It's terrific.
Awesome. Thank you so much for talking to us. Right. So now my camera person is going to pan to the line that we have for people who are waiting to register. There are quite a few people in line right now. Okay, so now we're going to talk to Jessica Orozco, who is the Assistant Vice President for the Hispanic Federation, and that's the organization that set up this event. So can you walk us through the setup here?
Sure. What we did was we had the pleasure of training the cast yesterday, walking through the National Voter Registration Form and making sure that if they had any questions, that they were answered. And today we're just making sure they don't have any questions right now as well.
So how did you decide to collaborate with the cast of Hamilton? How did the Hispanic Federation decide to choose Hamilton?
Sure. So Lin-Manuel Miranda has been a supporter of Hispanic Federation. He did a PSA with us back in 2012. Also did another PSA in 2016 about the vote. So it was just a natural fit. He knows our work as well and supports Hispanic Federation.
And why collaborate? I mean, I feel like this is a bit obvious, but why collaborate with Hamilton? How does the story of Alexander Hamilton connect with what you are aiming to do here?
Sure, so it's Hamilton, an American musical. It's about the foundation of America. And what's more American than voting? And so right now we're just helping people exercise their right to vote and making sure they register.
And why in this election in particular is getting the vote out important for your organization?
Well, it's really important to just get out the vote and make sure your voice is expressed. If you don't vote, you're letting somebody else speak on behalf of you. And we represent the Latino community. We represent communities all over America. So they need to go out to the polls and make sure that their needs are expressed through their vote as well.
And just full disclosure, does your group support or lean towards any one candidate, or you guys are just doing this to get people to vote?
Right, we're a nonpartisan, not-for-profit organization, so our goal is just to get as many people to the polls as possible.
And how are you accommodating people who are not from New York?
So this is actually a national voter registration form, so any state has to accept this form. So that's what we're using today. Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much for talking to us, Jessica. We are now going to talk to some other ladies who also registered to vote today. You're up first.
Sure. Hi.
So can you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about where you're from?
Okay. My name's Anissa Zebo. I'm currently a college student at BMCC, and I live in Harlem.
So is this the first time you're going to vote?
Yes, it is.
And how did you learn about this event?
I found it on social media, on Facebook, because I'm a big Hamilton fan, and so like everything on my newsfeed is Hamilton based.
That's great. And how did you feel registering here today?
I was kind of nervous. I was kind of fidgeting, kind of made mistakes because they were like my favorite people in the world. But overall, I'm very satisfied with what I did.
So you said you're a big Hamilton fan. Guess what? So am I, but I haven't had the chance to watch it for obvious reasons. So have you watched it?
No, I've been trying for the lottery for about a year. It's impossible to get, but I really want to see it.
Yeah, I hear you. I've been trying for the lottery as well. In fact, I sit next to somebody who won the lottery, and then I decided I'm going to do this for a whole week or a month, and I didn't win, so I kind of gave up. And after Lin-Manuel left the cast, I've had less incentive to sort of sign up for that lottery. But coming back to you, how important is this election to you? What do you think of the candidates?
Being someone from, a couple of immigrants, it's very important to me because I see the different stances of the two candidates and it affects me directly, which is why I feel like I should vote, and it's kind of my duty as a citizen. And it's something that my parents are not able to do, and I feel like I should be doing that in place of them.
Very well said. I'm in a similar situation as your parents. I would love to vote, but not yet able to. But that's great. So did you watch the debate, and what did you think?
Yeah, I watched the debate.
I love your expression.
Honestly, I can't believe that it was real. I watched it actually for an assignment. I wasn't going to watch it because I already knew it was going to be ridiculous. But my critical thinking teacher, she insisted, so I was like, okay. And I watched the whole thing with my father, and he was amazed at how ridiculous it was. Honestly, I felt bad for the moderator as well as Hillary, because it's like, she's been in politics her whole life, and then Donald Trump is here just trying to tell her what to do,
Yes, I hear you. So I guess you're going to be voting now come November 16th?
Yeah, I am.
Great. Thank you so much for talking to us. We have another lady who also registered to vote. Could you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about where you're from?
Sure. Well, I'm actually a native New Yorker, born and raised here, grew up seeing theater, and I think that it's amazing that the cast of Hamilton, everybody involved, is encouraging this, and I think that that's an amazing thing to do.
Yeah. And how did you learn about this event today?
Honestly, social media. Yeah.
And have you watched the show?
I have been fortunate enough to see it, yes.
Excellent. Are you a first-time voter, or how is this for you?
It'll be my second time voting, first time in New York, because the first time I voted was in Maryland.
And is that why you were registering here today?
Yes, that is why. And after I saw the debate, I knew that I had to register again so that my voice could be heard as well as everybody else.
Tell me a little bit more about that. What did you think of the debate?
Honestly, I'm embarrassed that is what this has come to. And I think that more people need to be aware of what's going on in the United States. They need to know our two candidates. They need to know how ridiculous that was. But I also think they need to know how important it is that their voice is heard. The debate, I was watching for about an hour, and then I had to leave the room because just with the candidates, it was a lot to handle. It just was overwhelming.
So voting day is November 8th, and you're going to be there now that you've registered?
Oh, yes, definitely. I think everybody else should be, too.
And did you tell any friends or anybody else? Are you active in getting people to get out there and vote?
I'm active on social media, and I will definitely be sharing that this is happening right now, and that it's going to be happening again on Saturday, I believe, on the 1st. Yes.
Excellent. Thank you so much for talking to us. We're going to try and find a few other people to talk to who have just registered. So let's do that. So while we look at people who are registering right now to vote, let me tell you just a little bit about the background of Hamilton. So it's the story of America's founding father, Alexander Hamilton, an immigrant from the West Indies, who became George Washington's right-hand man during the Revolutionary War and was America's first Treasury Secretary. So Hamilton's score sort of blends hip-hop and jazz and blues and rap and Broadway, of course. And it's the way it's touted is that this is the story of America then as told by America now. The creator Lin-Manuel Miranda has Puerto Rican roots and is closely affiliated with the Hispanic Federation, which has organized this event. So all four people you see here are cast members of Hamilton, and they're talking to fans, clearly, who came out here, and they're helping them register to vote. So according to... All right. So as you can see, he is definitely a cast member and signing autographs right now, talking to fans. Hi there. Hi. So we're with Reuters. And tell us a little bit about your character on Hamilton.
Well, I'm a swing. So a swing is someone who is off stage and covers several of the tracks that are on stage. So I cover 5 of the male principals in the show and 1 ensemble person, and get to go on a lot. Yeah.
And why are you here today? How is the election affecting?
We are here to get out the vote. We want people to voice their opinion in this election. So we want to just register people to vote so they can make their voice heard on November 6th, 8th.
8th.
It's an important date. I'm voting absentee, so it's less important for me than the actual date.
Why is that?
I'm going on vacation.
Oh, great. Excellent.
Yeah.
But you're doing your part, and that's awesome.
We have to. You know, we have I feel like the cast of this show has a responsibility because we have such an amazing fan following of a young demographic of people. And we can't just take selfies for fun anymore. You know, we have to try and incite a change.
So do you think, like, being on the cast of this show kind of changed how you think politically and stuff?
I would not say it changed how I thought politically, but it's definitely made me a little bit more active in terms of helping to help others find their way.
Awesome. So we haven't been so lucky as to see the show yet.
Oh, no.
Yeah, exactly. Do you want to sing for us a little bit?
Oh, no, I won't do that, but I will have someone who's...
Amazing. You're gonna
It's just us, so you can spend some quality time with us, maybe.
Absolutely.
So here are some fans, and they're just chatting with him after registering to vote. So, according to the Census Bureau, more than about 1 in 4 Americans are not registered to vote right now. There are about 215 million citizens over the age of 18 who are eligible, and the census data shows that about 133 million people voted in 2012. So Hamilton is not sort of the only production that's doing this. MTV, yesterday was National Voter Registration Day, and MTV resurrected an old favorite, Total Request Live, but what they did was they changed the acronym, and it stood for Total Registration Live, and they got people to vote that way. They had Kendall Jenner and a few other celebrities out there. And in the movie world, Fox Searchlight will also be registering voters in theaters ahead of promotional screenings of The Birth of a Nation. Officially set to open on October 7th. And if you guys just want to know a little bit more about voter turnout, like in the year 2000, sorry, I'm a total nerd about these things, but in the year 2000, about 54% of people voted. In 2004, it was 60%. In 2008, it was 62%. In 2012, as we told you, it was 57%. All right, so we have one more person who registered to vote. Hi.
Hi.
Can you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about where you're from?
My name's Kelsey, and I'm from Iowa.
Iowa, wow. So you live in New York now?
No, I just was here to see Hamilton yesterday, actually. So I'm in the city, just staying over there.
So how did you find out about this event?
Twitter, and my friends helping me tell me.
And so you registered right now with the help of a cast member?
Oh, yes, I registered. It was very easy, and I was very excited. It wasn't too difficult. I have moved a lot, so I've been registered before. I just had to update my address.
Got it. And did you watch the debate? Like, why is this election sort of important to you?
Oh, yeah, I watched the debate, and it kind of scared me. So the election is very important to me. I want to really, have a voice in my future, and it's a very important election year.
And what did you think of the debate? Apart from it being very scary.
It was really enlightening to, see them actually together instead of just with others, to see how their dynamic kind of went against each other and really contrasted against each other, and to kind of see what their actual views were and how they tried to phrase them to all of America.
And you said you watched Hamilton yesterday. What did you think of the show?
Oh, it was amazing. I've listened to the cast album many, many times, and it just couldn't even compare. I came here and I was like, it's even better than I thought it was going to be. It was great. I was very excited about it. Yeah. And they had not listened to the album at all, so they went in blind, and they loved it as well.
That's great. Thank you so much for talking to us. All right. So, as you can see, the cast members are also signing autographs while registering people to vote. We were just talking to a pretty diehard fan of Hamilton, and the musical has won 11. In 2016, it won 11 Tony Awards, including Best Musical, Score, Book of a Musical, Direction of a Musical, Choreography, and Orchestrations. And Lin-Manuel Miranda has received the Pulitzer Prize for Drama for Hamilton as well. Did you register as well? All right.
Go ahead. She's nervous.
Not a problem. So the musical celebrated its first anniversary on Broadway recently, and a Chicago production began performances, I want to say, on September 27th. They also have touring productions that are going to be in San Francisco and LA, and a London production that will start in 2017. All right, so we've been live from outside the Richard Rodgers Theater, where there is a bit of a crowd here, and they've been registering to vote so that they can go out there on November 8th and have their voices heard. I'm Havovi Cooper for Reuters. Thank you for watching.